Hey everybody, how's it going? Monty here, and I'm coming at you with my first deck profile for Digimon Set 1.5 post-ban list. So this deck is focused on the post-April 1st ban list targeting Hidden Potential Discovered and the level 5 Argomon. Let's get into it. So first things first is we're going to cover the rookies. The eggs. We have Minomon and Tanomon. We're running 4 Minomons and we're running a Tanomon. The focus of these eggs is to just buff up our Digimon. We want to get as many DP on these Digimon as physically possible. Moving into the rookies. We are running 4 Tentomon because of the utility that you get when attacking to be able to suspend your opponent's Digimon with 3000 DP or less. This is extremely valuable against decks that are rushing rookies, decks that have blockers of 3000 DP or less. So black is very good against black and Gotsumons. It's good against rookie rush decks. It's good against players who are hard playing Gabumons for the draw 1, letting you suspend and attack with your Digimon that have jamming or piercing. Just lots of great utility with the 3000 DP or less on Inheritable. You're going to be Digivolving into Tentomon if you can. Agumon as well, super valuable, plus 1000 DP on an Inheritable as a rookie. Lets you go into your monsters with bigger effect and more damage early on in the game, help you get over those humps. Kokuomon, super valuable card as well, gives you a additional security tag on your level 6 Digimon. Now this is super valuable if you are running it because you get the additional security tag on all of your level 6 Digimon, so on your Mega Gargomon, on your Bancho Stigmon, and on your Imperial Dramon Dragon Mode blue form, which means that you could potentially get off 3 attacks for 6 security swings with your blue Imperial Dramon, barring any option cards. And last for the rookies, we are running Wormmon. Wormmon is kind of your searcher for this deck. He helps with your consistency a lot. You are going to want to be swinging into security with him to get his Undulation effect. Because you have no other way of doing so, or you're hoping that they have some Volcanic Dramons to do so, but Wormmon is your searcher. He'll help your deck consistency a little bit. So we are going to be running 14 rookies in this deck, so your consistency is pretty important with this deck because your whole game balance is about climbing to your level 6 monsters incredibly fast, and then using them to make some incredible plays. For your champions, we have Gargomon, Kabuterimon, and Stingmon. All of these are 1 cost. They are all so great. Gargomon and Kabuterimon are both just DP buffers for your level 6 Digimon. Kabuterimon's for every suspended Digimon, and same as Gargomon, they both give 1000 DP for every suspended. So they basically do the exact same thing. However, Kabuterimon has a bit of a better stat line at 5000 DP. But they're both just phenomenal. And they really help your Digimon climb over some problem things because your your Gargomon, your Imperial and your Bancho Stigmon don't have the highest baseline stats for swinging, so this will really help them going forward to be able to climb over those Digimon. Stingmon is very valuable to extend plays. If you swing into a Digimon and destroy them with Stingmon, you are able to just gain additional memory every turn to further your plays, potentially get out, a Puppetmon to make sure that they can't retaliate on a play to guarantee lethal, or potentially to get out another Digimon that you can use to Digivolve or further your plays, or potentially play an option card to guarantee the win for you. Rapidmon is a level 5 ultimate that lets you get the same effect as Kabuterimon and Gargomon, but it's only a 2-cost ultimate, which is super beneficial because it allows you to climb into a Mega for 3. So you can get to a Mega for 3 memory, which is pretty insane. I think your climbing potential with this deck is very, very quick, and you should be able to get out your level 6s extremely consistently, as we are running a fair bit of them in this deck. We are running 7 level Mega Digimon in this deck. So your ability to climb is very important in this deck, but your consistency is also very important. So that's why you want to be able to Digivolve as much as possible. And that's why the low memory costs are super beneficial in this deck. And the last level 5 or last 2 ultimates we're running, but the most important one in this deck is actually Metal Tyrannomon. It is a 2-cost level Ultimate Digimon with a really awesome effect that really synergizes well with all of your Digimon in this set. And that is when this Digimon deletes one of your opponent's level 6 or higher Digimon in battle, you can unsuspend this Digimon. So you really want to go into this Metal Tyrannomon on top of a Bancho Stingmon. Sorry. You want a Bancho Stingmon to go on top of this Digimon because you can make so many plays with it to just swing for lethal. Ideally, you want to have your Kokuamon into a either Stingmon or Kabuterimon or Gargomon. Any level 4 doesn't really change too much for this for you. And then on top of that, you want the Metal Tyrannomon. And then you go into Bancho Stingmon, and if you're attacking a level 6 or higher Digimon with 12,000 DP, so we're going to go through all of them. Ragnalord, Omnimon, Imperial Dramon Dragon Mode, both blue and green, Craniamon. There are so many different Digimon. Shine Greymon, who's going to be super popular. So many Digimon, Millenniummon as well, who are all 12,000 DP or higher. This card, with Bancho Stingmon, will let you swing for 4 security on 1 attack if you are going into a level 6 Digimon with 12,000 DP or higher. Now, upon completion of that attack, if your Bancho Stingmon does not hit any option cards, you will be able to re-stand that Bancho Stingmon and swing again, potentially for game, due to his piercing nature. Otherwise, if they have multiple level 6s out there, I mean, that's kind of unfortunate for you if they do have multiple level 6s out there, but you can potentially restand infinite times depending on how many level 6s they have on the field. So really, really good synergy with Bancho Stingmon. Super lethal potential with Bancho Stingmon on top of Metal Tyrannomon. You can basically go for game as soon as you get that combo out. I think it's more potent than Ragnalordmon, honestly, because you will have more DP than Ragnalordmon, and you have just as much control, and you have the potential to swing just as hard as Ragnalordmon, but with way more consistency and less memory costs. The last Ultimate Digimon that we are running is Pyldramon. He is because he is a blue-green Digivolve cost. He has jamming, and he gives you an additional win condition in Pyldramon. So the reason why we have Pyldramon is because your Imperial Dramon, if you go in on top of a Kokuamon, can swing 3 times. So you'll swing with Pyldramon. You will then Digivolve your Imperial Dramon on top of your Pyldramon to then unsuspend your Imperial Dramon. You will then swing again for a 2 security check. So that's now 3 security checks that you've done with jamming. And then you can swing again for your 5th security check. So you can potentially get 5 security checks in 1 turn from Imperial Dramon Dragon Mode with the Pyldramon Kokuamon combo as well. So this deck is all about really cheap builds into explosive attacks at security. There's really not a lot of things that can be done to stop this deck once it gets going, because you can build it in the breeding area for so cheap. And if they don't finish you in the first 2 turns and you have been able to climb, it's game over for the opponent. If they don't have a very strong board after 2 turns and they've given you 3 memory 1 turn, it is just game over for them. They will not be able to respond to the amount of aggression that you can consistently output with this deck on a turn-in, turn-out basis. Moving on, we have running a Puppetmon as well. Puppetmon is an extremely good card. He gives you the ability to stall out for an additional turn, as well as keeping the opponent's Digimon suspended for your Bancho Stingmon or your Mega Gargomon so that they are continuously suspended so they cannot block, they cannot attack, and they are targets for future attacks going forward. Just an all-around great card, 11 memory cost. Will give your opponent room to make plays, but he's more about securing the win for you more than anything. Moving on, there is Mega Gargomon. Mega Gargomon, again, is one of those cards that lets you just secure your win. He is very strong, very versatile. He will get security attack +1 on suspended Digimon. So if there's a suspended Digimon and he attacks security, he checks a second one. Again, if you are on top of a Kokuamon, that's a 3 check of security. So all of these Digimon have a huge potential to check security multiple times. Mega Gargomon will always check 2 security because of his Digivolve effect, where he's allowed to suspend an opponent's Digimon who does not unsuspend next turn. So he's really good against things like Omnimon, really good against things without reboot. So you really want to use him to secure your win, take out blockers, you name it. He is great at doing that. The only thing about Mega Gargomon that is a bit unfortunate is his 4-cost Digivolve. So you should only really use him if you have to, or if you are sure that you can secure the win by putting him out there. The last Mega Digimon that we are going to go over is BANCHO Stingmon. BANCHO Stingmon is a pretty interesting common. When I saw him at first, I looked over him, but because of his low DP for a Mega, but then I saw his effect, and I just thought about all the plays that could be made with this effect. And it's pretty insane how strong he is, I think. He counters a lot of the top tier decks right now because of his ability to be cheaply built, cost you 6 memory total to go into him into a raising area. And so in one turn, you can get him in your raising area fully built. And if the opponent can't end the game at that point, it's really unfortunate for them, because if they give you any kind of memory or if any of their Digimon are suspended, then you will be able to swing for game. And just seeing it, his effect is when attacking, if you attack an opponent's Digimon that has 12,000 DP or more, this Digimon gets plus 7,000 DP and security attack plus 2. So he's automatically checking 3 security if you're swinging into opponent's monster with 12,000 DP or higher, and he has piercing. And he's then a 16k beat stick that retains this effect for the remainder of the turn. And I think that's the biggest thing, is that it's for the rest of the turn. So if you can restand him, even if you're swinging into a monster that's not level 6 or sorry, not a monster that's 12,000 DP, you actually retain this effect. So it's really, really good to take out entire boards, especially if you have him sat on top of a Metal Tyrannomon. You can just swing multiple times for game, uncounterable really, unless you have option cards that will destroy him in your in security. But again, he still does all the checks even if something like Flower Cannon comes out. So that's the benefits for this for him, is that he'll still perform those 3 security checks no matter what, as long as he's not hitting a Gaia Force or he's not hitting a Shine Greymon with 3 TKs out. So it's really, really hard to deal with the BANCHO Stingmon if he can actually swing, and that's all that this deck is built around, is making him swing. For Tamers, we are running 2 Mimi Tachikawas. Mimi is insanely strong. She will guarantee you 3 memory, so you can always make plays, and she will guarantee you that you can get your BANCHO Stingmon out of the raising area safely after digivolving into him. So what you can do, really nice combo, is you play Mimi for then if you have Mimi out in the field and you build into your Digimon from the raising area, you digivolve into BANCHO Stingmon, and then you can move him out because of Mimi. So you can hatch and move out due to Mimi's effect. Super great. Really, really awesome in this deck. It gives you so much consistency for swinging and can really catch your opponents off guard, especially if they give you enough memory to play her without being contested. When it comes to our option cards, we are running 4 Flower Cannons because this card is insane. It's so good in your security. It's also really good to enable additional plays for you. If they don't have their monster suspended, you can suspend it and attack into it, and they can't do anything about it. It lets you get around blockers really well if it's your turn, and it does so much. Positron Laser is also an extremely strong card. It's pretty expensive, but it lets you make 2 of your opponent's Digimon unable to block or attack until the end of their next turn. And if you have a blue Digimon in play, you can actually return one of their Digimon that's suspended to the bottom of their deck and trash all of the Digivolution cards. So essentially, it becomes a Millenniummon removal for 1 more with an effect that 2 of them cannot block. So what you can actually do is that you can do a 3-card combo with this. So if they have a suspended Digimon and then 2 more, so if they have 3 Digimon in the field, you can actually stop 2 from attacking or blocking and send 1 back to their bottom of their deck. So it's pretty strong. And it's very versatile. In security, it doesn't go until the end of the next turn. It's till the end of this current turn. However, it still has the effect where you can trash one of the suspended Digimon, so the one that just attacked will get trashed if you have a blue Digimon in the field. And since we are running Pyledramon and Imperial Dramon Dragon Mode Blue, we have the ability to activate that, which is why we're running it in here, mostly for the security effect, but it just guarantees that you can go for lethal, extends your chance to make plays. The last card that we're running, because it's been banned, limited, I guess, is the Hidden Potential Discovered. This card is super great because you're going to have the ability to get monsters out, and lots of them because they're so cheap. You'll be able to suspend a Digimon to basically get a free Digivolution into a BANCHO Stingmon, into a Imperial Dramon Dragon Mode, into a Mega Gargomon, just so that you can swing into security and end the game. And that's all that this deck is based on, is ending the game. So there's so many different options that you have, so many different tools that you have to just blow up boards. It's absolutely insane how strong this deck is, and I think it's going completely under the radar.